We have big tech earnings this week, probably the most important week for earnings that will affect the overall market. This is Q3 earnings that is about to be reported, and we have some major names on the list. On Friday, we got a good CPI report that showed that the Fed is likely to continue their path on quantitative easing, which shows this huge gap up in the market that investors reacted pretty well to. It shows that there was money on the sidelines that was ready to be put back into stocks, and that is to be the case going forward depending on what big tech does. So we could have some blowout earnings this week. Watch until the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. Without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. The first earnings play we're going to be talking about is Bed Bath & Beyond, ticker symbol BBBY, and I'll leave timestamps down below for any earnings that you are actually curious of, but some of them are going to be brief, some of them are going to be connected, so I would just recommend that you watch the video all the way through. First, the SPY gapped up nearly 10 bucks, all the way from 668 to 678.50 or so, and this was because of a good CPI report. As many of you know, the government is still shut down, and the market has not received much news, yet it still has remained resilient so far. We've broke back into some channels, but are now getting rejected at the 618 on the fib, which is right around 677. We are fighting that level. At this point, the SPY could have monstrous gap up moves going forward based on how much money that I believe is now sitting on the sidelines. Here's what I want you to note. This is very possible. It's a possibility. Coming into all of these big tech earnings, if they do very well, there may be stealth selling within these plays. And that is something that we will cover and watch out for. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond is reporting earnings on Monday after close, as you can see right here, BBBY. And here is what they expect. Analysts anticipate Bed Bath & Beyond to report an earnings per share of minus 38 cents. Now, it just blocked me from reading the article. That is okay. We don't need that. All we need to know is that the last time the company reported somewhat decent earnings, they fell off a cliff, and that was because of bad guidance. Now, since then, the stock is still, I believe, trading lower than its previous earnings, and investors are hopefully going to see something good out of this. Now, from a technical standpoint, I am bullish on BBBY. This also has a 7% short interest, and I believe that we saw a W pattern in the chart and didn't quite get its target fulfilled. Most of the time, you grab the peak to the valley just to get a rough range of the measured move, and that brings you up into this region that I have drawn out on the charts, anywhere from 14 bucks to 1670. So 1470 to 1670, but I don't see that immediately happening upon earnings. I would say more so likely $10 is more likely to be hit on this earnings week. Now you can see that Bed Bath & Beyond also is building a base and trying to come back, and those lines that I do have drawn out in the chart are kind of a neutral zone that the stock has respected for quite some time. Once we trade under it, it's not long that we squeeze out of it. Again, once we trade under it, it's not long that we squeeze out of it. And normally when you come to this range, you have hard gaps down or gaps higher. Trade under it, not long. Trade under it, not long before you squeeze out of it. Every single time this acts as sort of this neutral zone. So whenever we do build up this base into this region, in which case it looks like Bed Bath & Beyond is ultimately on its trajectory to test this channel and break higher, then you're likely to see some good moves. Overall, I will be paying attention to BBBY earnings. This won't have a crazy effect on the overall market, but I do want to point that out, as well as RKT, which was a short squeeze play that we watched. This actually reports Friday after the close. I will not be playing RKT. I think it has risk to the downside around 1580, but if we do continue higher, we could see a tiny squeeze with about a 5% short interest of the float. Now, RKT had about 40% short interest, but shorts decided to exit this company, which also makes me say, hey, maybe we will see some sort of decent earnings. And if we do, I'd watch for a move up to 20 bucks on RKT. Let me know your thoughts on that one down below. Another one that I'm not paying too much attention to is CAR, but it looks decent for a setup up to 178. SOFI, I love this company, still hold this company, and I expect something good out of them, especially for their guidance. I expect us to be trading above $30 and not come back for anybody who isn't already invested in this company. PayPal, I believe, will do somewhat decent. I think it's still not a bad time for a long-term entry, but I don't think it's worth playing earnings either way based on the other earnings that we have to offer. So I still am slightly leaning bullish bias on PayPal, but you never really know with this one. ENPH, ENPH. ENPH is reporting on Friday, I believe. No, they're reporting Tuesday after close. Okay. ENPH is interesting. I'm not playing this via options or anything, but if the company signals some sort of turnaround or base or something right here, this could be a very undervalued play. It's trading at 36 bucks, and just back in 2022, it was trading all the way up to at $340. These energy plays may have a tight comeback. Given you have to look at the specific play, I will be watching this earnings as well, maybe for long-term portfolio, but I do still think we have risk down to 22 bucks, and we're trading all the way up towards 37. Meta, I'm bullish on Meta. I think Meta is coming up to 835, but if that doesn't happen, that is okay. I think investors will still be purchasing Meta. Meta reports Thursday after close, and as I said, which one did I say? I said one of these reported Friday. RKT reported Friday after close. They report Thursday after close, so correct me on that. As far as Meta goes, Meta reports Wednesday after close, and I am very bullish on this. I think we see a big move up to a range that I've been talking about for a while towards 834. The one that I am most bullish on right now is reporting midweek Wednesday after close, and I guaranteed we'll be playing this to the upside, and that is Google. That is good old Google, ticker symbol GOOG. Google has finally made all-time highs. On Friday, began to rip higher, fighting this resistance around 261.20, and I believe that Google will remain pumping over the next couple of weeks. Now, I think Google is going to be a $300 stock pretty soon, but I would watch for a move to 288 on its earnings or higher. Very bullish on Google. Apple, very bullish on Apple. I think Apple has been lagging behind. It's kind of pulling a Tesla move, but now it is hitting all-time highs at 262. I think Apple's coming to 284 plus, which on the chart from where we're trading at right now is about an 8.5% gain. And Apple, I also believe, will be a $300 stock. I think Apple and Google are lagging behind. One, you may say, a lot of your stocks, well, you're bullish on all big tech. Sorta, not necessarily Amazon. I think Amazon has more risk to it, and it's way too slow, and I'm not playing it. And I'm not saying that Amazon can't fly on earnings. I think there's a good chance it will, and I think there's a good chance that it will move to 247, which is about a 10% move. But I also believe that there's risk to the downside at 193, which is about a 13.5% move. And I also think that Amazon's not necessarily a 50-50, but more close to losing, worse odds than Google and Apple, I will say. Unless Amazon announces some new thing, which we can't anticipate. RIOT reports on Thursday after close. These mining companies have been really doing their thing lately, breaking out of this wedge, building a base, and absolutely ripping higher. I will be curious to see what this does. I don't believe I will be playing RIOT, but I have been saying, maybe only in Discord, but I believe on the YouTube channel too, that I am bullish on MARA. So basically same play, similar play. A lot of people like one over the other. I wonder when MARA earnings actually is. Let me take a look at this. MARA reports November 4th. Okay, I would rather play MARA here towards the upside than play RIOT. MicroStrategy is one of the last ones that we're talking about. This reports Thursday after close. Obviously, Bitcoin has had a tough time, so you're risking that. But on the weekly time frame, MicroStrategy has held so far this 200 moving average. Now, If we get a bad earnings, this is likely going to confirm a lot of things. I think in 2 years, you're going to see charts coincide with each other, and you're going to see charts like MicroStrategy break below 200 moving averages and enter a bear market. And the same thing you're going to see aligned with Bitcoin and other plays. And you're going to say, wow, this was clearly an entry into the bear market, but right now you can't really see that. I think there's decent risk here, but I think there is high enough risk to reward to kind of play this one to the upside. We haven't broken below that. We're actually holding that. And if we do get a bounce off of here, this is indefinitely the best buying opportunity. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure to do your own due diligence and research in the comments down below. Let me know what you think the SPY is going to go to, and if you agree with me that big tech is about to have a very good earnings week. You also have some other important ones like Coinbase reporting Thursday after close, as well as Reddit reporting Thursday after close, as well as Eli Lilly, LLY, reporting Thursday before open. And then you have Roblox Thursday before open, Chipotle Wednesday after close, along with Meta, Google, Carvana, all of these, Starbucks before open on Wednesday. You have Cat, Etsy, both of those are reporting Tuesday after close, Enphase, OKE, Bloom Energy, BE. Actually, keep an eye on this one as well. This one has been going absolutely parabolic. I'm not sure what is going to come with this. I'm definitely likely going to be sitting on the sidelines, but watching Bloom Energy, ticker symbol BE. UNH reporting Tuesday before open. United Healthcare, everyone has been buying that dip. HSBC, JetBlue, JBLU, JBLU. The government has been shut down, so I wouldn't assume that we're going to see anything too good for this company. We have Visa Tuesday after close as well. Basically all that we're paying attention to. Monday after close, what NXPI is another one, along with Bed Bath & Beyond, and then Whirlpool, WHR, watching all those as well. Friday, ExxonMobil, not bad. AbbVie, not bad. SIBO, But overall, we have a huge earnings week, guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you want to talk about this further, join my Discord server. It's the top link in the description of the video, as well as pinned in the top of comments. You can find that. And then my custom indicator is that link right below that. So make sure to get in the Discord server, guys. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.